name is Sean McGuire. I teach psychology at a community college in Boston. My life used to be quiet, maybe too quiet. I thought my story was done until one day, my old friend Gerald Lambeau walked into my office, bringing with him a kid named Will Hunting. Lambeau was ecstatic. This boy, a janitor at MIT, had solved a math problem that had baffled the world's greatest minds. To him, Will was a prodigy, a gift from God. But when I looked at Will's case file, I saw something else. Abuse, foster homes, arrests, rage, pain. Lambeau wanted me to fix him. I wasn't sure I could, but something told me this boy wasn't just another troubled genius. He was a wounded soul hiding behind a brilliant mind. The first time Will came to my office, he tested me, pushed me, insulted me. He dissected my painting like it was a joke. He'd mentioned my wife, the one I lost, the one I still love, and I snapped. I grabbed him by the throat, told him, "Don't think that reading a few books means you know my life." He wasn't trying to understand me. He was trying to scare me away, because that's what he does. He pushes people before they can leave him. But I stayed. Something occurred to me. I fell into a deep, peaceful sleep, and I haven't thought about you since. You know what occurred to me? You're just a kid. You don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about.
Why, thank you.
It's all right. You've never been out of Boston.
Nope.
So if I asked you about art, you'd probably give me the skinny on every art book ever written. Michelangelo. I know a lot about him. Life's work, political aspirations, him and the Pope, sexual orientation, the whole works, right? I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in the Sistine Chapel. You never actually stood there and looked up at that beautiful ceiling. Seen that. If I ask you about women, you'd probably give me a syllabus of your personal favorites. You may have even been laid a few times. But you can't tell me what it feels like to wake up next to a woman and feel truly happy. You're a tough kid. I ask you about war, you probably throw Shakespeare at me, right? Once more into the breach, dear friends. But you've never been near one. You've never held your best friend's head in your lap and watch him gasp his last breath looking to you for help. I ask you about love, you probably quote me a sonnet. But you've never looked at a woman and been totally vulnerable. Known someone that could level you with her eyes. Feeling like God put an angel on earth just for you. Who could rescue you from the depths of hell. And you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel. To have that love for her, be there forever. Through anything. Through cancer. And you would know about sitting up in a hospital room for 2 months, holding her hand, because the doctors could see in your eyes that the terms visiting hours don't apply to you. You don't know about real loss, because it only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself. I doubt you've ever dared to love anybody that much. I look at you, I don't see an intelligent, confident man. I see a cocky, scared, shitless kid. But you're a genius, Will. No one denies that. No one could possibly understand the depths of you. But you presume to know everything about me because you saw a painting of mine. You ripped my fucking life apart. You're an orphan, right? You think I'd know the first thing about how hard your life has been? How you feel? Who you are? Because I read Oliver Twist? Does that encapsulate you? Personally, I don't give a shit about all that, because you know what? I can't learn anything from you. I can't read in some fucking book. Unless you want to talk about you. Who you are. And I'm fascinated. I'm in. But you don't want to do that, do you, sport? You're terrified of what you might say. You move, Chief. I started telling him my stories about my wife, about about how I skipped the job interview just to go see a Red Sox game, and ended up meeting the love of my life. I told him that the best parts of life can't be planned, they happen when we least expect it. And he started listening. Eventually, Will let his guard down. He told me about the beatings, the loneliness, the fear of being loved, because he thought he didn't deserve it. I looked him in the eye and said, "It's not your fault." Again and again, until he broke down in tears. That moment wasn't about therapy. It was about connection. He had choices. A prestigious future that Lambeau had mapped out, or something unknown, something real. In the end, he got in a car and drove west to find the woman he loved, not because I told him to, but because he finally believed he was worth it. As for me, I decided to travel again, to go see the places my wife once dreamed of, because life isn't a theorem. It's not a résumé. It's made of moments, mistakes, and miracles. And I was lucky enough to witness one.